My wife and I have been together for the past 6 years when this happened, and everything up to the night when I found out about the cheating has been great. We've had a little problem with little white lies over the years, but nothing that was threatening to our relationship. A few months ago, we decided that we wanted to start swinging and meeting other couples. So that's what we did. We had a couple of threesomes as well, and everything was going fine for me, but for her, she wanted emotion and connection with others. It took a bit, but I understood, and I told her that as long as we create a connection with people new to us and build upon that, I would be fine with that. I don't mind her having a boyfriend, and she doesn't mind if I have a girlfriend. But I wanted approval on her partners, and I wanted her to also approve mine. That way we could grow to not only care about our new partners, but everyone involved with our family. I should also mention that we have a small child together. Anyway, almost a year ago, one of my long-time friends moved back into town, and we picked up being brothers right from the get-go. I came out to him about my wife and I being poly, and he was very supportive. I would tell him stories about our adventures, and it was just nice to have a no-judgment conversation with a close friend about my exciting new adventure with my soulmate. But I noticed that my wife would hang out with him alone quite a bit and lie about it. Why would she lie, I thought, but I trusted both of them and brushed it off. This is after she discussed with me about having him as her boyfriend, and I told her I wasn't comfortable with it because I was afraid that it might ruin the close friendship that I wanted to keep. One night I was hanging out with him and he made a few comments that made me think that something was going on, so I confronted my wife about it before bed. She of course denied it, but I eventually got her to come clean. She told me that for the past few months they have been seeing each other whenever I was away. She admitted that they have slept together twice and fooled around quite a few times. I feel like I've been punched in the gut. Neither of them seem to understand why I am so mad and why I don't want to continue a friendship with him anymore. I wanted to be in a poly relationship, but it seems like trying to have one has destroyed my life. What should I do here? I don't want my marriage to end. Update: after almost 11 months, so I took the advice of you guys and decided to seek counseling with my wife to try and salvage our relationship. The thread itself was such a therapeutic experience for me right when I needed it, and I can't thank you guys enough for being there. So anyway, after the thread we sat down with my former best friend, and all three talked it out. My friend claiming he loved my wife, and my wife showing remorse after sitting with it for a few days. I found that my best friend had over the course of 3 months got my wife addicted to Adderall and cocaine, which as a former addict made her a bit afraid of the relapse. She checked herself into a treatment center, and we attended couples counseling every other day for the first month. We were lucky to find a non-mono one too, which was a huge plus. In counseling we laid it out on the table. She felt like she had dug herself into a hole that she couldn't get out of, so she numbed the pain with drugs. She revealed her text exchanges with my ex-best friend, showing that he had gotten my permission for the relationship, and that I had said on multiple occasions that I felt like a cuckold, pure lies. I had never mentioned anything of that nature. I liked swinging, and I was fine sticking with that. My wife also told our therapist that she would like for me to have a short-term relationship with a woman to even the scales, but I told her that I wasn't interested in that. After convincing her that it wasn't going to happen, she wanted me to sleep with another woman without asking for her permission. I told her I would be fine with that, but I don't want to be deceitful in finding someone else just for a fling. So I told her that eventually I might be alright with it, but right now it's all about her and I. After around 5 months, we decided to leave counseling, and our relationship has been in a really good place since then. She will sometimes randomly tell me she is sorry and says it's hard for her to return to her headspace at that time. But through all of this, she still wants me to sleep with someone else without her being there. We have started swinging again because I had hoped that it would help, but she doesn't seem interested in it as much as I am. So even though everything is better and I am starting to gain trust again, what should I do? I really don't want to pretend to be single just so I can make her feel better about this. I have forgiven her at this point, but she says she cannot forgive herself until I sleep with someone else. I'm happy with our relationship again, and I do think that she will eventually have all of my trust again, but in this situation, how do I make her feel better? So here's an update after almost 9 years. Fast forward to today, I can say that we are doing great. It took a couple of years to come to terms with everything, but if you work through your problems enough, sometimes you can save what seems unsavable. We paused poly from 2016 until 2018, had some relationships and fun from 2018 until 2022, and closed ourselves off in December of that year. What I failed to mention in 2016 was that I checked out, kind of, and let my marriage survive on cruise control. Before her affair, I would stay up late playing video games, hang with work colleagues at the bar, would do basically anything other than nourish my marriage. During that period, an old friend comes back into our lives, and he is everything that is missing with me. He loved going treasure hunting on the weekends with her, taking pictures, being social, etc. Things that I wasn't providing for her. So yeah, she cheated, and yeah, that sucked and was wrong, but what about my role? Was I automatically the good guy just because I remained faithful? I really don't think so. Anyway, long story short, we are still in love, happily married, and we're both finally treating each other how we should have the whole time. I don't think we'll ever go back to polyamory, but that still doesn't mean it can't work for some.